Yeah. Welcome to the road. True Train 88 riding in. Red Cardinal clan flying high. Family tribe worldwide. Are y'all ready to roll? Intro starts to play, then the voices rise. Everyday stories, no disguise. We're breaking the chains, we're calling it out. Talking about freedom, debunking the lies. Sharing truths where all the people meet. From the social media to the crowded streets. We're dropping the seeds, the truth we plant, we grow. Our voices are stronger than we'll ever know. From gravel roads to World Wide Web, always online. We're roaring together with our hearts aligned. Welcome to the tribe is alive. We're shining the light and spreading the fire. From every nation, we're standing as one. Debunking the lies till the work is done.
We stand for free, we stand for the rights of everyone.
We're taking back our rights. We're teaching freedom out loud. We're standing for the people and teaching the crowd. We made friends from afar, they know the plan. True trainer rolling all across this land. With everyday life, we laugh, we cry. We keeping it real without all the lies. Yo, it's the War Room, truth on blast. We're breaking down the past, come see it at last. All the way from Texas to the Australian Nights. We're talking about freedom, we're learning our rights. We don't follow fake news, we debunk them on sight. We're telling it straight, right here tonight. Welcome to the room where it all comes alive. We're shining the light, we're spreading the vibe. From every nation, we're standing as one. Debunking the lies till the work is done. This is our vibe, this is our song. Roaring forever, we're bold, we're strong. This is our vibe, this is our song. Roaring forever, we're bold, we're strong. True Train 88, Red Cardinal clan, family tribe worldwide. Welcome to the
You know, slide on in here. Welcome to the War Room. It is February 11th, 2026, and I hope your day was as good as mine, right? And everyone else's. But we also want to, we took the day today to just reflect on people that have passed over the last few months, if not the last few years. And I know it's taken a toll on a lot of people, right? But I asked everyone to keep up the good fight, right? Keep pushing forward. You know, the sun always comes out after the storm. That's all I can tell you. It may feel heavy and it may feel hopeless, but that too will pass. So, welcome everybody. How was your day, Miss Nadine?
It was fine.
How was the weather? Did y'all warm up yet?
It felt a little warm, only because there wasn't any wind. It's
Wind chill.
Yeah, it gets really nasty when it's so freaking fake. You know, like 2 days of really pretty blue sky, and then there's lines in the sky, and then all of a sudden you've got more snow. It's ridiculous at this point. And then it's like, you know, even the water, because we have well water or in the country, and the water it's like brown. Like there's not it's not going down into the ground because it's fake ass snow. So you can't even get water because of what's going on. And it's just getting really stupid.
So how many sunny days have you had this week?
I don't know. They kind of all run together, but I guess a couple.
That's it?
Yeah. Because they keep making it cold and snowy up here.
And cloudy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed the pattern down here. It's like we get about a day or so maybe of just blue skies, sunny, and then the next few days, 3 or 4 days, is just like, overcast. And
Yeah, I thought after they put that last snowstorm in, and then we had a couple of blue sky days. I thought, oh, good, maybe they ran out of money to poison us, but no, no such
no,
luck.
they print it.
Yeah, yeah, they still have back stock. It probably isn't that expensive. But sorry, I don't need to be a freaking downer.
So as you can see by the title, it is L.G.B minus the TQ. Maybe you can add that. I don't know. But L.G.B, have you heard of that L.G.B, Nadine?
No, I saw it today on the wall that you guys were going through those files.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not talking about lesbian, gay, or bisexual. We're
No, I
talking
think
about
it's. I
Good.
think.
lab-grown babies.
Yeah, we're because there's a lot of. We'll go through that. A lot of mention of eggs. Remember when I said when Trump was talking about the egg prices going down? I thought there was more to that, right?
Yeah.
Seems that there definitely is. Um, of course, again, the emails are fake, but it's not normal way of talking. Um, and pulled up some things on his foundation, right? He had a Jeffrey Epstein VI Foundation, right? Let's
Yeah,
see.
that's Roman
Um,
noodles. Roman
right.
noodles.
The VI stands for Virgin Island, right? And he was a philanthropist, of course. Um, Foundation board, wife from C. Lil Dijon.
Also, VI and Roman numerals is 6.
Yeah, we are. Wife of former Governor of the United States Virgin Islands John D. Jones. 2003, the foundation pledged $30 million to Harvard University to establish a program for evolutionary dynamics, directed by Martin Nowak, professor of mathematics and biology. The university received only $6.5 million of this pledge. The foundation also supported by Neuro.tv, a video series featuring experts discussing topics related to the brain, and the Open Cog project, an open source software initiative for artificial intelligence. The foundation held scientific conference around topics including gravity, global threats to the Earth, and language. From 2005 to 2007, the foundation funded the work of genetics George Church. Now, that George Church is mentioned many times in some of these emails and the newly released Epstein documents. Cutting edge science and education. In 2008, the foundation lost its tax exempt status and later investigated by the New York Times found that the Epstein had grossly over exaggerated how much the foundation had actually donated to the causes. As a representative of the foundation, Epstein sat on the Mind, Brain, and Behavior Advisory Committee at Harvard University and was involved in the Santa Fe Institute, the Theoretical Biology Initiative at the Institute of Advanced Study at Preston, and the Quantum Gravity Program at the University of Pennsylvania. Epstein also served on the Trilateral Commission
Oh,
and the Council of Foreign Relations.
relations.
Hmm. And
CFR.
yes, In January
He
2015,
wasn't just trafficking kids.
no, there's more to this.
There's more to Jeffrey Epstein here,
In
buddy.
January 2015, Eric Schneiderman contacted Darren Eindyke, the foundation's vice. That's IND Indyke, I think INDYKE, the foundation's vice president, to ask why the foundation had not registered with the New York Charities Bureau. The bureau required any charity based outside of New York to register and file annual reports. Indyke responded, claiming that foundation did not operate within the New York, and any reference to them running off New York office would have added to the foundation's website by mistake. Later in 2015, the foundation registered with the New York Charities Bureau. Later investigations following Epstein's 2019 arrest, press began investigating his charities to validate claims of donations and to track who received them. The last tax filing on record for the foundation was in 2002, reporting assets valued at $13,332,769. NBC News revealed that Epstein claimed to have donated to the Metropolitan Museum of Art. Remember, they kept talking about a lot of art through the foundation between 2010 and 2012, but the museum claimed that it had never received any major donation from Epstein's or his foundation. The New York Times found that the foundation had falsely claimed to have underwritten the Tribeca Festival.
Oh, yeah.
Instead, the foundation had donated $28,000 to a related organization that offered grants and educational support to students. In July 2014, the foundation claimed it had donated to the MIT Media Lab to fund a program teaching toddlers how to code. Toddlers how to code. They also claimed to fund the restoration of the Mark Rothko murals through Massachusetts Institute of Technology. A spokesperson from the lab dismissed both claims completely incorrect. Okay, so there's a bunch. Oh, let's see. Jeffrey Epstein hoped to seed human race with DNA. You can look that up on the New York Times archive, which was originally on July 31st, 2019. Let's see. There's a program for evolutionary dynamics you can look up. It's www.ped.fas.harvard.education. Okay, there's a whole bunch of links in here. But anyways, there's also Jeffrey Epstein backs open cog artificial intelligence research. You can archive that. That's archived. I'll pull these up and post them. I was trying to get as much as I could. There's also Jeffrey Epstein launches radical emotional software in the gaming industry.
Yeah. Microsoft, Bill Gates,
And remember we talked about how they can read your emotions? Yes.
You see, you're like a lab rat while you're playing games and getting all excited over the.
And there was some stuff up that was linked to gaming, right? Which kind of talks about what Sabrina Walls was talking about, how they can remotely do stuff, right?
Internet of Things and hooking up.
Anyways, I'll send this to you. But there were some of the emails I wanted to show.
Yeah.
See, I never thought that fooling around with the dogs, like having dogs be this one and that one, like I thought that was too far. So then going this far is way too far. You know, like there's certain
it's like
things.
The Matrix.
What?
The movie The Matrix, where they have he comes out of that embryo and unplugs himself out of that.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was
Oh, go ahead, Nadine.
Yeah.
What was you gonna say, Nadine?
Oh no, I was just saying, you know, like there's certain like gaming. I never there's certain things that were just wrong. Like, I think most of us here probably had that, um, but too bad it wasn't the majority of people.
Yeah, with like Sabrina Walsh talks about how they can like control people through right with remote control, right? If you've watched any of her things, and this kind of all ties in, but there was
So what was
there was
out? Yeah,
what?
I was just going to say, what I'm just wondering what the price of eggs are today.
Right.
It kind of made me wonder.
So there were several things. Let me find. There were several emails. Can you? Well, you can look up. I'll give you the file number. You can look them up yourself. Um, but there was one email. Now we're not making any allegations. It's simply what is on there. Okay, there is. Let's see. There's a thing on how to massage babies. So quality time massaging babies is so important. Think to yourself, hey, babies are different than normal humans. Is it just me, or do babies feel things differently than we do? Babies do need feel things more intensely than adults. Okay, you can take that as you want. That's file number EFTA 00008320-2.1 2.2. Sorry. And then there's one right here from Brian Bishop to Jeffrey. Brian Bishop. Subject reference designer babies. Date Monday the 23rd, July 2018. If August 2nd, 4 p.m., I have always envisioned there will be an anonymity requires about babies. We can publicly identify who these are and their parents or benefactors. Austin has been advising me on this, and it is an open question whether he will be involved in designing your babies in terms of his personal interests.
Let me pull this on the screen for you guys so you can.
It's
Hold on. But let me show me where you're at. So I can go down, show them the picture, because it's kind of like we're just looking at a screen here.
It's right above her.
Right here. This one?
Yeah, you can read that one.
That's it right there.
Is that the one that says noted biologist comes to defense gene editing babies? Science, AAAS, babies.
What's the number?
On. Is this?
Give me the EFTA number. What's the number?
EFTA 02148573.
0214.
Well, I screenshot it and that has the thing above it.
ETA 0214.
8577.
Okay.
Just
so
find the one with Pam Bondi.
Well, right I'm just looking at here.
There's a whole bunch, so you have to start from.
Well, where are you starting at? So I can go in order.
The one right here above Pam Bondi.
What number is
it? This one.
What here? What is that? ETA 026.
Yeah.
Okay. 026. Yeah.
Yeah. 12383.
Okay, right there.
Yes.
25760.
128383.
That's it right there.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, and that's one I just read. Noted biologist comes to defense of gene editing babies. Babies Richard ABRK Associates Inc. 570 Lexington Avenue, 4th floor, New York. Okay, and then right below that, the next one is file EFTA 02612383.
Hold on.
it not in order?
What? Oh, you. Hold
It
on.
was right below it.
I don't know. I'm just going in order of how they are put on there, just based how they were posted. You could. Oh, you don't have that. That's not screenshotted like these. You don't have the file yet. I gotta go to the link on those.
Right. It says noted biologist comes to
Hold on,
defense
what?
of gene editing babies.
Let's just go in order and then
That was
let me know. Hold on. Oh, hold
that
on.
was right after that.
All right,
Go up. No,
right here. This one.
It's right below that one. Right before this one.
I need.
Up.
Just give me the numbers.
Up.
Up.
Right there.
Right there.
Yeah.
Here we go. Let me pull this up over here. Hold on 1 second. Up. Oh, the 404 DOD code.
Yes. And that was from Science Magazine in 2018. It says feel obligation be balanced noted. Biologist comes defense of gene editing. So they were defending gene editing, right?
All right, you got the next one.
Yeah, the next one is right below Gimbani's. Then there was like a one that says it was like two Sarah's lambs knitted octopus babies. Sarah Lamb's knitted octopus babies by Sarah Lamb. They cuddly cephalopods.
Where's the pictures? Is there pictures to be photos or something?
It's just the email.
Oh, well,
Well, there's some information within that email. Do you got that one? Is it the 1190358?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you scroll down.
Yeah.
And there's information on that. They're talking about octopus babies.
All right, that's the next one. Oh, scroll down.
Is there
some
any more? Scroll
Yeah.
down. I think there
Sorry
was
about
some.
that.
There's some that have like more information on it. See, it doesn't. The photo is. It just says Sarah Lamb's hand knitted octopus babies, cuddly, Nadia Yam, outfitted by Google Eyes with googly eyes. They're good for desk buddies or squeezing, and then come in different sizes. Okay, so you can take that as you want.
All right.
Yeah, some of these are just written. And then there's the one below that. 06363.
Huh?
06363. Okay, and this one says
0363.
0866363.
Okay.
Okay, this one just says worst case scenario where babies aborted, born and sold, killed or left to die, and buried somewhere on Epstein Island? Question mark. What a nightmare feeding dead bodies of girls and their babies to the sharks that swim around his island. Drugs, money, young girls, babies, staff that intended to reveal Epstein's secrets? Question mark.
Okay.
Okay, the next one is the one right below that.
57998.
02367909. Right below the one I just said, Greg.
Yeah, this one.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
This one just says babies shouldn't know loneliness. Babies are either being held or in close contact with someone. Babies sleep, normally naked, amongst their loved ones.
What?
See that? Yeah, it seems like it's AI. What some of these emails? It's really strange. It's not how people do it at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
But I
remember.
mean, it all ties with his you'll see it all kind of ties together.
Okay.
The next one is Tired Babies made it until 1240. Okay, that was, I don't know why I said that one. Okay. The next one is percentage of cells in the body have any of the modifications. Technology. This is from WW Technology Reviewed. Exclusive Chinese scientists are E-rating CRISPR babies. That was also in Bloomberg.com news article 2018. Exclusive first gene edited babies claimed in China. And that was on www.technologyreview.com. So there's a bunch of links on that one.
Yeah, I don't know which one you're on. I'm just clicking on each
This
one
one.
as you go.
It was the two below,
Yeah,
below that. Do you want to click on one of those?
Oh,
Because there's like 3 articles on it about the Chinese CRISPR babies.
nope. Can't get that one. Nope. Can't get that one.
And they're all blocked now.
MIT.
Technology.
Nope, can't get that one.
Oh man, you can't get none of them.
No,
They're all blocked.
that's all good. I got something
Okay,
for them.
so the next one.
What's that here?
Then there's another one from To Jeffrey. Just says, yay, soon we'll have babies. Another one, untreated, 40% of those women will give birth to infected babies. An army of HIV positive mothers who persuade pregnant women to take an AIDS test, advise them to submit to the treatment that will help ensure their babies. Okay. There's another one, says, Ross, where are the sugar babies? Okay. Next one. So LV needed to get half size bigger stubs, but they didn't have them all back. So he picks these babies. Okay, there's another one. Subject painting. I want to as well on Friday. However, Steve and his dad were out checking the cows and their babies. There's one to Jeffrey. This just doesn't sound right. So do you want to show him?
Send it to the bottom because it's hard to find it. All the send it.
We'll have them in order.
Okay, which one is it?
Right below those ones that you clicked that you couldn't pull up.
It's hard to do. Hold on one second. Hold on.
Right below that. Right below this.
One second.
But okay, next one just says birth babies for black market use. Okay, this one, let's see what it says. It's redacted from into women who is accused of John of God, cult leader of rape, mysteriously kills herself at Spain home. Date is December 29th. Okay, says spoke of this going on at Zero Ranch. She said on record that Epstein offered her money to do this. You can show it.
I'm still trying to.
Here, I'll send
We
it.
got it's a mile long, so it takes.
Well, I know there's a whole bunch. I'll send it at the bottom.
This one right here. Better.
Like market babies.
Zorro Ranch. This one. Yeah, this one you just read.
Okay, so it says, okay, yeah. Okay, so she said on record, okay, thank you for investigating this. Right, she said on record that Epstein offered her money to do this, birth babies for black market use. Thank you for investigating this. That was from, the link was the www.thesun.co.uk. Activists probe arrest rapist John of God commits suicide. So there's just a bunch of, I'm just going over the documents. There's also one on designer babies. It says, from Jeffrey to Jiva Action. Okay. Alert designer babies. Brian Bishop. August 2nd. Designer babies. Agenda. Designer babies structuring, finance, privacy, project goals, feasible outcomes, timelines. We will appear in Tax Master Genetics. That was one of them all. There's another one. Designer babies. And a link to designer babies deck. Okay. Southern Trust Company, Mr. Epstein's Virgin Island Incorporated business disclosed in a local filing that was engaged in DNA analysis. Calls to Southern Trust, which sponsors a science and math fair for school children in Virgin Islands in 2014, were not returned. In 2011, a charity established by Mr. Epstein gave $20,000 to the Worldwide Transhumanist Association, which now operates under the name Humanity Plus. The group's website says that it is a goal to deeply influence a new generation of thinkers who dare to envision humanity's next step. Mr. Epstein's foundation, which is now defunct, also gave $100,000 to pay the salary of Ben Goertzel, Goertzel, vice chairman of Humanity Plus, according to Mr. Goertzel's resume. Okay, that there's one about premature babies benefiting from music, getting backing from Harvard University and Jeffrey Epstein VI Foundation. There it says a new study performed by the Institute of Music and Brain Science at Harvard University on the psychological benefits of music on premature babies have received substantial backing from the science activist Jeffrey Epstein and his foundation. The study was conducted with the Department of Neurology at Massachusetts General Hospital and Harvard Medical School. Every year, about 4 million babies in the U.S. are born prematurely. Premature babies account for 2/3 of the infant deaths, and rates are increasing. The study looked at how vocal music can decrease pain, stress, and analyzing anatomic or motor responses in 13 premature infants in Massachusetts General Hospital. Because it just goes on. There's a lot of funding going on for different things. I'll take that as you want. I'll try to find some other ones that. There's a pamphlet on how to massage babies. Some quality time massaging babies is so important. Think to yourself, hey, babies are different than normal humans. It's just me, or do babies feel things differently? Okay. Babies do indeed feel things more intensely than humans.
All right, go over which other ones.
What you have? Oh, there's another email from Jeffrey. Just says driving chicken eggs, massage, exercise. Jeffrey, I did 3 hours, only 10 minutes for chicken. I know how now. It's enough. No, wasn't my eggs great? My massage, my driving? No. Okay, yes. Whatever that is.
World's first artificial womb facility. We'll let parents. All right, so this is December 22nd. So they're going to grow 30,000 lab-grown babies yearly. Now think about that. Oh, you want to quit your job? No problem.
Oh yeah, here's one.
You quit your job, we replace you.
This was from to Jeffrey. No men or women needed. Scientists create sperm and eggs from stem cells. Eggs and sperm
You
have
know,
been growing in laboratories in a breakthrough that could change the face of parenthood. And that was EFTA 00767961. You want to look that one.
so lab-grown babies could be a reality as soon as 2028, scientists claim. All right. So where did you see that? I think I even pulled up an article on that.
What?
Uh,
Oh, there was
lab.
also one talking about ostrich eggs.
Oh, ostrich eggs.
They're selling ostrich. This is to Jeffrey. They're selling ostrich eggs at Whole Foods. Whoa! Now I'm really on the. I'm not the only one losing it. Okay, that sounds weird.
So the concept of lab-grown babies, sometimes referred to as artificial wombs or ectogenesis. You ever heard that term? Where's it got to do the ecto genes? The lysis. What that is? See what it pulls up. Ectogenesis is from the Greek word outside and genesis. So right. So they're doing the ecto life. This is the ecto.
We can't hear it.
Can't hear it.
All right. Well, let me pull it up. 1 second. Here we go. Hey, it's powered by renewable energy. That's great. At least they care about the environment while they're like making babies in artificial wombs. Here we go. Let me go back. So this is, we got the clip here, but let me show you this. So it's it's the growth of an organism in an artificial environment outside of the body in which it would normally be found, such as the growth of an embryo or fetus outside the mother's body or growth of bacteria outside the body of a host. The term was coined by British scientist J.B.S. Haldane in 1924. Damn. What year is this? 2026?
Mm-hmm.
100 years ago. 102 years ago.
Well, they were already
I'm just now learning this term.
they were already doing the Cabbage Patch
Yes.
babies. Yeah, so that this would have been normal for him.
Yes. So that's what the connection is like. Trying to connect that, like the incubator, incubator babies at the World's Fair, the Cabbage Patch
It's all
babies.
connected.
It's all connected. Gene
They haven't
editing.
stopped.
Um,
That's what they do at the resets. They're it's in other words, they're looking like like they're eyeballing a reset.
yeah.
Some people
Trump
mass casualty.
mentioning Genesis, right? Sydney Sweeney has great genes. Elon Musk's child, right? He's a genius, right?
Yeah, so they're just renaming the same stuff with people from this time and period, like in this period.
as if it's new.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, but they
Like they say, oh, by 2028 we'll be able to do this. Like, dude, you've been doing it
they've been
for thousands of
thousands
years.
of years.
Like, get off the gas. All right. So, ectogenesis of human embryos and fetuses would require an artificial uterus too. An artificial uterus would have to be supplied with nutrients and oxygen from some source to nurture the fetus, as well as dispose of waste material. There would likely be a need for an interface between such a supplier filling dysfunction of the placenta as a replacement organ, and artificial uterus could be used to assist uh, women with damaged, diseased, or removed utera to allow the fetus to be conceived to term. It also has the potential to move the threshold of fetal viability to a much earlier stage of pregnancy. This would have implications for the ongoing controversy regarding human reproductive rights. So, ectogenesis could also be a means by which homosexual, impotent, or disabled and single men and women could have genetic offspring without the use of surrogate pregnancy or a sperm donor, and allow women to have children without going through the pregnancy cycle, which is an issue that uh, the women are the victims of. They were there's reports of like them using women as incubators, and that I guess they
Yes.
could. It's hard to find somebody to do this, so they figured out, I guess, a way to do it
that.
without um, having to get a woman or a man involved.
That's what I was just reading from that email. That they don't need a man or woman. They just need stem cells,
That's it. Just like your lab meat,
like a petri baby,
just like your meat,
petri dish
meat
baby.
the meat,
Yes, yes.
the new meat,
There was
the new
also
meat suits.
something I found. If you want to pull these at the bottom. Oh, go. Are you just still doing that?
Yeah, so I'll play this little clip here.
Okay.
Just want to set it up. And so this is Ecto Life, right? This is from Hashim Al Ghali 3 years ago. About 3.5 million views. Let's check it out. See what we got here.
Introducing Ectolife, the world's first artificial womb facility, powered in
Probably lost
Can you still hear it?
I probably lost it because it. Yeah, here we go. Audio. Here we go.
And we do not own rights to this
It's for educational
video.
purposes
Educational
only.
purposes only.
Here we go.
Introducing Ectolife, the world's first artificial womb facility, powered entirely by renewable energy. Ectolife allows infertile couple to conceive a baby and become the true biological parents of their own offspring. It's a perfect solution for women who had their uterus surgically removed due to cancer or other complications. With Ectolife, premature births and C-sections will be a thing of the past. Ectolife is designed to help countries that are suffering from severe population decline, including Japan, Bulgaria, South Korea, and many others. The facility features 75 highly equipped labs. Each state-of-the-art lab can accommodate up to 400 growth pods or artificial wombs. Every pod is designed to replicate the exact conditions that exist inside the mother's uterus. A single building can incubate up to 30,000 lab-grown babies per year. Ectolife allows your baby to develop in an infection-free environment. The pods are made of materials that prevent germs from sticking to their surfaces. Every growth pod features sensors that can monitor your baby's vital signs, including heartbeat, temperature, blood pressure, breathing rate, and oxygen saturation. The artificial intelligence-based system also monitors the physical features of your baby and reports any potential genetic abnormalities. The pods are equipped with a screen that displays real-time data on the developmental progress of your baby. These data are sent directly to your phone so you can track your baby's health from the comfort of your zone. The app also provides you with a high-resolution live view of your baby's development. A special section in the app allows you to watch a time-lapse of your baby's growth and share it directly with your loved ones. Because babies can recognize language and learn new words while still in the womb, Ectolife Growth Pods feature internal speakers that play a wide range of words and music to your baby. Through the app, you can choose the playlist that your baby listens to. You can also directly sing to your baby and make them familiar with your voice before birth. Our goal is to provide you with an intelligent offspring that truly reflects your smart choices. Ectolife improves your bonding experience with your baby. Thanks to a 360 degrees camera that's fitted inside your baby's growth pod, you can use your virtual reality headset to explore what it's like to be in your baby's place. See what they see and hear what they hear.
Okay, hold on. What?
What?
Man, this is a whole nother experience we're having here.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother experience. Who wants to have a baby? All you need is stem cells.
Right?
You can put the VR headset on and see what your baby sees inside an artificial womb. VR headset with music.
Also, another link has said something about the 23andMe. I'll have to find out.
I think in the headset it'll be
something to do link with that too.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
23andMe.
That's why they were. Yeah. There's a link to that as well.
I think in the baby's headset it'll sound something like, Luke, I am your father. What do you think? Something like that.
Using a wireless haptic suit connected to your baby's growth pod, you will be able to sense their kicks in the womb and share this experience with your friends and family members.
What? Hold on.
Share their experience.
It just kicked. Ugh. So you're walking to go check the mail, right? You got your vest on, and then your baby kicks the shit out of your ribs, and you hit the ground. And then you say, "Oh, my baby just kicked," and you're a dude.
Is that why they were saying dudes can have babies?
Look, like the husband can wear this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why are we? Is this real?
Yeah. Yes, that's the link. That was the links. That's all the ones that were mentioned in the emails.
Wow. So this is for like they said in that article, it said that even homosexual men can have.
Yes. Baby.
So they'll wear this to see what the experience is like for a woman to have a kicking baby.
Yes.
Maybe they should put a helmet on. Maybe the baby can kick them in the head.
Oh, no. Yeah. I can't believe people are this selfish.
What movie is this? What
maybe.
timeline is this? Are we on the wrong time? What happened?
The shit show.
Is everything merging?
This is disclosure, or this was. I think it's disclosure and what they were planning. Obviously, they were planning.
This is an attack on the woman.
2008
and the womb. This is what this is: the mother and the child. Since 2008.
Yeah, and God.
Yeah, I mean, it goes back from 2008 when they were doing all this research for all this. And I just read about the Harvard University and the music, and then that's in that video.
So y'all are worried about immigrants. What about these things? Like, so what? Okay, 0 people cross the border. You're creating 30,000 lab-grown babies a year.
And immigrants have their babies naturally. We're creating babies. And there's emails about China being ahead on CRISPR babies. So is that what we're in competition on the?
We're always in
technology.
We're in competition to go to the moon. Yeah. We're in competition to go like Antarctica.
It's 60 degrees camera that's fitted inside your baby's growth pod. You can use your virtual reality headset to explore.
Touch your baby and shit.
What it's like to be in your baby's place. see what they see,
Oh, wow.
and hear what they hear. Using a wireless haptic suit
Look.
connected to your baby's growth pod, you will be able to sense their
Look.
kicks in the womb.
Look, he's going to kick you all up in your ribs, your gut. Like,
As
who
a
the hell
man,
wants to do that?
as a
Well,
man, you
here,
would
you
have
look,
to
if
be
you
a
want to, like, be kicked in the ribs and the gut, just come on over.
yeah.
I
As a man, you would have to be a real delicate freaking flower to want to do this. Like you really would have to be a special kind of delicate.
Yes.
Haptic technology.
And share this experience with your friends and family members.
Oh, yeah, that'll be an interesting conversation at Christmas. Yeah,
Oh my
look,
gosh.
look at my vest. It's lighting up. What the
Unbelievable.
Look, Grandma, put these VR headsets on. You can see what it sees.
With Ectolife, your baby will receive the best nutrients that can support their growth. Each group of pods is connected to 2 central bioreactors.
Oh,
The
yeah,
first
great.
bioreactor contains nutrients and oxygen, which are supplied to your baby through an artificial umbilical cord.
Artificial umbilical cord. Wow.
This bioreactor also contains a liquid solution that serves as the amniotic fluid that surrounds babies in the mother's uterus. It's rich of vital hormones, growth
that's
factors, and antibodies that sustain
Oh.
your baby's growth and
Wow.
development.
I wonder if those are all synthetic hormones, synthetic growth and
Well,
antibodies.
surely.
Thanks to a system controlled by artificial intelligence, each baby
Cabbage Patch Kids ain't got shit on this.
receives custom nutrients tailored to their needs. The second bioreactor is designed to eliminate any waste products produced by the babies. The artificial umbilical cord helps the babies to release their waste products into the second bioreactor. With the help of a delicate layer of engineered enzymes, the second bioreactor can then recycle waste products and turn them back into useful nutrients. This way, the facility ensures a steady and sustainable supply of fresh nutrients to your baby.
Yep, don't need women no more.
With Ectolife, miscarriage and
Don't need women. All right, they can go on without us. Just sterilize humanity and then
low sperm count are a thing of the past.
see all the PFAS and all the stuff that they put in our food and low sperm count and the vaccines. People have to revert to test tube babies and
Miscarriage and low sperm count are a thing of the past. Prior to placing the fertilized embryo of your baby inside the growth pod, in vitro fertilization is used to create and select the most viable and genetically superior embryo, giving your baby a chance to develop without any biological hurdles. And if you want your baby to stand out and have a brighter future, our Elite Package offers you the opportunity to genetically engineer the embryo before implanting it into the artificial womb. Thanks to CRISPR-Cas9 gene editing tool, you can edit any trait of your baby through a wide range of over 300 genes. By genetically engineering a set of genes, the Elite Package allows you to customize your baby's eye color, hair color, skin tone,
The Elite
physical
Package,
strength, height, and level of intelligence.
oh, there you go. So you think these the elite are having kids like naturally, and they're like, I mean, look at Barron, right? Supposed to be a genius,
Same thing with Elon's.
right? He's like 18 years old and already he's worth $200-something million. Yeah, he has like 4 or 5 crypto wallets. Highly intelligent.
It also allows you to fix any inherited genetic diseases that are part of your family history so that your baby and their offspring will live a healthy, comfortable life, free of genetic diseases. Say goodbye to the pain of childbirth and birth-related muscle contractions. Ectolife provides you a safe, pain-free alternative that helps you deliver your baby without stress. The delivery process is smooth, convenient, and can be done with just a push of a button. After discharging the amniotic fluid from the artificial womb, you will be able to easily remove your baby from the growth pod. Everything is perfectly designed so you and your partner can enjoy the delivery process. To ensure full transparency, our post-delivery free
Oh,
DNA
wait.
paternity test
To ensure full transparency.
helps you confirm the genetic identity of your baby so you can return home knowing that your baby is genetically yours. You don't have to worry about power cuts or carbon footprint. Ectolife uses highly efficient, clean, renewable energy consisting of solar and wind power. The highly advanced pods operate with minimal energy needs, making it easy for your baby to make it to full term without any complications. And for those who want a more convenient solution, Ectolife is made accessible so your life can be easier. Thanks to our miniaturized bioreactors and long-lasting batteries, you can use Ectolife growth pods at the comfort of your home, allowing you to incubate your baby in your building without the need to visit our factory. By owning your special growth pod, you will have the ability to build a happy family,
It's like a
one
big
baby.
pharma commercial. They always show everybody smiling, a big family and shit. You know, they don't show the side effects and everything of that, right? The disconnection of soul, determining what's the difference between right and wrong. You know, those are the tests that they're doing on these kids, right? It's been going on for a long time. This is nothing new. It's just kind of like in your face now, right?
At a time, away from any burden.
Everybody wants D-class until D-class shows up,
Classed.
gets D-class, and then you're like, what?
Yeah.
What time are we going? Is this the future? Yeah, big pharma's sterilizing most of Americans, right? Think about it.
Yeah.
Your kids, some of your kids aren't even having children, right? Vaccines, mumps, different things like that. Sterilize children.
With complications.
But don't worry, we got the solution.
The concept of Ectolife facility was designed by biotechnologist and science communicator Hashim Al-Ghaili. It relies on groundbreaking research work that has been conducted by scientists and engineers since 1950s.
Damn! Since the 50s?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Since the 50s, at least.
Breaking research work that has been conducted by scientists and
Well, that explains the baby boom. When was the baby boom? Like the influx of children?
Like Renee said, isn't the World Fair in Ohio supposed to be this April or July? Right? And what's connected to Ohio? Les Wexner
Oh yeah.
and Epstein's some of the facilities.
engineers since 1950s. Tired of waiting for a response from an adoption agency? Unable to find a suitable
We're tired of waiting for a response.
surrogate mother? Worried about pregnancy complications? Worry no more, because Ectolife got you covered.
Thanks, Ectolife. So, baby,
On to our next story now, a groundbreaking advancement from the world of science. Scientists say they have created synthetic human embryos. They say they bypass the need to use sperm and eggs and use stem cells to create the embryos. The synthetic embryos are similar to those in the earlier stage of human development. Now, scientists say these could provide a crucial window into the impact of genetic disorders and biological causes of recurrent miscarriage. The aim for this research is to understand what scientists refer to as the black box period of development. It is called so because scientists can cultivate embryos in labs up to a legal limit of 14 days. After this, they have to pick later on by looking at pregnancy scans and embryos donated for research. The work was reportedly described in a plenary address at the International Society for Stem Cell Research's annual meeting in Boston. However, the full details of the latest work from the Cambridge Caltech lab are yet to be published in a journal paper. Now, Robin Lovelow-Badge, the head of the Stem Cell Biology and Developmental Genetics at the Francis Crick Institute in London, says, and I quote, "If you really model normal human embryonic development using stem cells, you can gain an awful lot of information about how we begin development, what can go wrong without having to use early embryos for research," unquote. Now, earlier, a team at the Weizmann Institute in Israel showed the stem cells from mice could be encouraged to self-assemble into early embryo-like structures. However, when they were implanted into the wombs of female mice, they did not develop into live animals. This raises the key question, whether the synthetic cells of the stem-based embryos, in theory, have the potential to grow into a living creature.
Yeah. If they can grow chickens and cow meat and stuff like that without having to have a chicken or a cow mate or whatever the hell, right? Um, they can do this.
Yeah, they were just supposed to have the morals and ethics not to do this.
Oh shit!
Yeah, that was
ethics. What the hell are you talking about?
They're claiming this would reduce if they can redo the genetics, there won't be any more diseases.
It wouldn't be any disease if they didn't freaking make them in the first place. Holy shit!
Right? A problem. Solution.
Yep. Problem, reaction, solution. I'm gonna put this back up here. There we go. So that was from. So baby without sperm and egg, scientists create synthetic human embryos in major leap. This was from a video from 2 years ago. So breakthroughs. In other words, clones. In other words, genetically modified slaves.
Well, it brings the Cabbage Patch people to, like, it kind of makes it more understandable in my head about the Cabbage Patch, how the soulless, but they still, work like us. Like, so it kind of brings it together for me that you showed this.
Ain't it funny they show Pam Bondi and right under is the movie Clueless?
That's funny.
And both are free.
Wow. So here we are. People leaving. This was 2 years ago. Okay, okay. I like nuggets like that. Just straight to. So your mama's jokes have left the conversation now. You can no longer say your mama jokes in elementary school.
Oh, that was a good catch.
No wonder politicians are already saying men can get pregnant.
Yes.
That's it. That's what the argument.
That's why they were saying it.
And MAGA's like, or not MAGA, but America's like, that's bullshit. There's only a man and a woman. No, guys, you got to understand what's going on here, right? They can create babies outside of the body without a man or a female.
Yeah. And
a man just can wear, like I just showed you, the man can wear the vest and act like he's getting kicked in the chest and all that other shit.
The beta guys.
The beta males, right? And it even says it's what it's for, It's just, right? They want to wear the vest, little kicking in the vest.
Did you notice they actually do one of those face recognition things to make sure the pod baby's actually yours? Like the doctor
Yes.
didn't have a really like awesome day and he didn't like shove his own sperm in there like just for kicks. So you can actually confirm that your baby's yours before the embryonic juice flows out, and then before you take the baby home, you can recognize whatever your face recognition stuff. Idiots.
Well,
So you can do it, but should you do it is the question.
No.
Scientists don't understand everything. I'm pretty sure there are movies on what happens when this goes wrong, and sooner or later it will go wrong. It always does. And you start messing with the mother nature and the way things are, because they're trying to play God, you know.
They took the female trees away. Like these
Yeah,
people have no morals and ethics whatsoever.
yeah, they don't need the woman, the womb of a woman. Go to what? Oh, over here. Hold on one second.
The ones I sent you at the bottom.
Yeah, here's the study on the ectolife. Oh, it opened up over here. Mm-hmm. Here you go. You want to? So here it is. World's first artificial womb facility will let parents design child's height, um, weight, strength, and intelligence.
And this was in
Sydney Sweeney
2022.
type shit.
Yeah.
Sydney Sweeney.
Controversial clinic expects to develop 30,000 lab-grown babies yearly. Developers expect technology will be used around the world within next 10 to 15 years. This was back in 2022. Parents would be able to watch growth and development of their child in see-through womb while monitoring health via app.
Oh, an app?
The biotechnologists in Germany, doesn't that sound like something like they were doing in Germany?
Yeah,
Right?
Nazi Germany.
Mhm.
This is the study they were doing on the twins, and then they
Yes.
took off to Argentina and Brazil and actually.
And then didn't we bring some of those scientists over here, Project Paperclip?
Mm-hmm. And we put them up in motel rooms and gave them a $5,000 gift cards and shit.
Right.
Just like they're doing to the immigrants at the border today, like so they say. Right.
Yeah.
Same shit.
So they were developing it during the world's first artificial womb facility and let you choose baby's characters from a menu.
Oh.
Wow. Ectolife able to.
Oh, sorry, I didn't. Where you at?
Able to grow 30,000 babies a year is said to be based on over 50 years of groundbreaking scientific research. The concept is the brainchild of Berlin, based at Heshman Al-Ghayali. He says the facilities would allow infertile couples to conceive a baby and become the true biological parents of their own offspring. A so-called elite package would allow you to genetically engineer the embryo before implanting it into an artificial womb. Everything from eye color to strength, height, and intelligence can be chosen. An inherited genetic disease could be avoided. Introducing Ectolife, the world's first artificial womb facility, which is powered entirely by renewable energy. What? AI Gully says it's in a statement per SWNS. According to the World Health Organization, around 300,000 women die from pregnancy complications.
300,000, yeah.
Ectolife artificial womb is designed to alleviate human suffering and reduce the chances of C-sections. With Ectolife, premature births and C-sections will be a thing of the past.
So they bypass that whole the creator thing.
Yeah, having birth or anything.
It's all for you, and yeah, they didn't disclose the creator story.
Which it makes me think back in Genesis when it talks about Adam and Eve, and then after she did partake of the apple or whatever, then he said you will now have childbirth pain.
Uh-huh.
Right? Where they did. That tells me they were doing that before then. right? So Hatchman says it also offers a solution for women who had their uterus surgically removed due to cancer or other complications. It can also help countries that are suffering from severe population decline, including Japan, Bulgaria, South Korea, and many others. He believes the technology is available and ready already, and all the ethical constraints are holding the concept back from reality. So ethical constraints is holding them back.
Oh, or because we got ethics and shit. That's why they gotta get rid of us.
Look,
You got too many
that's
ethics
some
and
crazy
morals,
stuff right
man. We
there.
don't need you guys no more. We just figured out how to damn.
Oh, I'm done.
I can grow two Nadines like shit, no problem.
Oh, you don't want that.
As soon as she takes a drink of something, I'm gonna take that DNA off that and I'm gonna, bam,
Keep going. That's crazy, man. Look at that little machine.
like a movie did this come from?
Reminds me of The Matrix.
This reminds me of, yeah, it does.
So
Yeah.
every single feature mentioned in the concept is 100% science based and has already been achieved by scientists and engineers. So they already did it. The only thing left is building a prototype by combining all features into a single device. It says, in terms of time frame, it really depends on the ethical guidelines. Right now, research on human embryos is not allowed beyond 14 days. After 14 days, embryos must be destroyed to ethical concerns. If these ethical restrictions are relaxed, I give it to 10 to 15 years before ecto-life becomes widely used everywhere. Add that to 5 years of public awareness and education to help people become more receptive
Accepting
to the technology.
of the new normal.
The facility features 75 highly equipped labs, with each able to accommodate up to 400 growth pods or artificial wombs. Every pod is designed to replicate the exact conditions that exist inside the mother's uterus. A single building can incubate up to 30,000 lab grown babies per year. The pods are equipped with a screen that displays real time data and the development of progress of the baby, and the data can also be viewed via phone app. Active allows your baby to develop in an infection free environment. The pods are made of materials that prevent germs from sticking to the surface.
Oh yeah,
Every pod
that
features
was that was a
sensors.
big that was a big concern of mine when they
Every
were doing. I'm like, dude, okay, y'all can do this, but make sure those germs aren't sticking to the surface.
So every growth pod features sensors that can monitor your baby's vital signs, including heartbeat, temperature, blood pressure, breathing rate, and oxygen saturation. The artificial intelligence based system also
Oh,
monitors the
AI,
physical features of your baby and reports potential genetic abnormalities.
son of a bitch.
Wow, that's some crazy stuff there. So they're going to get us used to accepting it,
Parents
right?
creating babies' traits on the app at Ectolife.
Because babies are thought to recognize language and learn words while still in the womb. Ectolife Growth Pods features internal speakers that play a wide range of words and music to your baby. An app allows choice of playlists baby listens to and the ability to sing directly to them to gain familiarity with your voice before birth. Our goal is to provide you with an intelligent offspring that truly reflects your smart choices.
Wow.
The elite package allows you to genetically engineer the embryo before
Keyword the
implanting it.
elite package. You just, in other
Yes.
words, you ain't
Yeah.
you ain't there.
Only elite. And
They
if
have
you want your
mental
baby
issues.
to
Yeah,
stand out, if
Huh?
you
they got mental issues. These people.
yeah.
Hey man, if you can afford $50,000 for Super Bowl tickets, you can afford this.
And if you want your babies to stand out and have a brighter future, our elite package offers you
Oh
an
yeah.
opportunity to genetically engineer the embryo before implanting into the artificial womb. The site explains, thanks to CRISPR
Cashman.
Cas9 gene editing tool, you can edit any trait of your baby through a wide
Oh, he's a little asshole. Edit that out, please.
range of over 300 genes.
He's trying too much. Edit that. Edit.
By genetically engineering a set of genes, the Elite package allows you to customize your baby's eye color, hair color, skin tone, physical strength, height, and level of intelligence. It also allows you to fix any inherited genetic diseases that are part of your family history, so that your baby and their
Yeah,
offspring
edit
will
out
live
all your family history out of
a
your
healthy,
DNA.
comfortable life free of genetics. Now, remember that 23andMe was getting sued for giving people possibly could run in your genetic traits. Remember? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Holy.
And they were being sued.
Oh, they're normal. They're getting people used to submitting their
Yes.
DNA and their
Yes.
stuff like that. So, and concerned about like traits handed down from generation to generation.
Yes. And anyways, 23andMe was given reports based on their genetics that things that they could possibly have or would have in the future, which was putting people into panic. So they were being sued over that.
Look at this physical strength. They can make athletes.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Think about that. Think about these because they're already talking some weird shit
And
about the
remember,
NBA
Trump was
players.
going, "Oh, she lifted up the weights like, right? Like she was
Ugh.
like super strong, right?"
Maybe that was a woman actually that big, and
Maybe they have
modified her DNA.
exactly.
That's why we're like, wait, that's got to be a dude. They're like,
Mhm.
no, man.
Right. So, where am I? Okay, go down.
You can save 0.9% approval for financing for a new car.
Each group of pods is connected to central bioreactors. The first bioreactor contains nutrient and oxygen, which are supplied to your baby through artificial umbilical cord, just like in that video. Okay, so that also contains a liquid solution that serves as an amniotic fluid that surrounds the baby in the mother's uterus. It's rich in vitamin hormones, growth factors, and antibodies that sustain your baby's growth and development. Thanks to system controlled by artificial intelligence, each baby
Yay.
receives custom nutrients tailored to their needs.
It's AI babies.
AI babies. Transhumanism. Okay, so the
That's why they needed the quantum computer.
yes. The second bioactor is designed to eliminate any waste product produced by the baby, which are transferred by artificial umbilical cord. With this help of delicate layered of engineered enzymes, the second bioactor can then recycle waste products and turn them back into useful nutrients. The way the facility ensures a steady and sustainable supply of fresh nutrients to your baby. The birthing process is done by a push of a button. Wow. Actual Life provides you a safe, pain-free alternative that helps you deliver your baby without stress. The delivery process is smooth, convenient, and can be done with just a push of a button, the company says. After discharging the amniotic fluid from the artificial womb, you'll be able to easily remove your baby from the growth pod. Everything is perfectly designed so you and your partner can enjoy the delivery process.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
That's it.
You can bypass all the damn food that your wife eats when she gets
You can
pregnant.
avoid the whole pregnancy and delivery.
Bitching and complaining and shit.
That's just some crazy
The
stuff.
whole, mother, father, natural way of birth, just eliminate all that shit.
They got the ones at the bottom of the too. The doctor was like right above this one.
Right above that one. Where?
With the doctor right there. Okay, so let me go down and then go back up. I'm going to read this. I wanted you to see who he is though first.
Okay.
After I read it. Okay, this.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the newly released Epstein documents revealed, Dr. Mark Landon. Who is he? He's Dr. Mark B. Landon is the chair of the Department of OBGYN, I'll say that, at Ohio State University College of Medicine. He has been affiliated with OSU Wexner Medical Center. Wexner Medical Center.
Oh, no way. Why would Lex Western need a medical center?
Since the late 1980s, and is well-known academic physician. The newly released documents show financial payment linked to Epstein network. The document includes FedEx receipts from July 2001 showing overnight envelopes sent to Dr. Landon from Darren Indike, Jeffrey Epstein's longtime attorney. Financial logs indicating quarterly payments of $25,000 to Landon. An internal email referencing a $75,000 per year payment arrangement. The documents do not state the purpose of these payments. No explanation is provided anywhere in the release. No criminal allegations. Dr. Landon is not accused of any crime in the documents. His name appears only in context of payments and correspondence, not in relation to trafficking or abuse. Landon's public response, he stated that he did not know about Epstein's criminal activities. He has not provided a public explanation for the payments, and none is offered in the documents. What remains unknown is the documents do not clarify why Epstein's attorney was sending him money, whether the payments were consulting, medical services, or philanthropy, or something else, how long the financial relationship lasted. The release simply shows the payments occurred and not why. So right here, Lex Wessner and his affiliates have donated over $200 million to the Ohio State University, OSU, over 30 years, with significant portions benefiting the OSU Medical Center and James Cancer Hospital. A major 2011 gift of $100 million, comprising $65 million from Wexner and $35 million from Limited Brands Foundation, was a pivotal for the medical center. Okay, so then you have his picture.
Yeah, I was just showing that Epstein's lawyer that you just named in that
yeah.
file right here, Darren Endike.
Yes.
Yeah, he was Epstein's estate co-executors to testify before the House panel co-executors.
And he's in the newly released document. So the Michael Landon, the OBGYN, as of February 11th, 2026, he's still listed on their website. Also, Les Wexner's a cash cow for OSU Wexner Medical Center. So we got CRISPR babies. Genetically, we have OBGYNs connected to Epstein. So let's put all these pieces together.
Here's the Lexner Medical Center. World-class care has a new home. Man, that's got to be crazy to have your Ohio State University having Wexner Medical Center name all over the building. Ain't that what that lady said? Their names are all over the buildings?
Yes.
The people that did this, the victims. And here it is. Here's one of the names. At the Ohio State University.
There was a client list from 2007, the COUQ Foundation. Okay, there's a bunch of people: Harvard University, Harlem Link Charter School, Robin Hood Foundation, President and Fellows of Harvard College, National Multiple Sclerosis Society, Ballet Florida, President and Fellows of Harvard College, Bay Point School, Innocence Project, Naked Angels, Ltd., and Ohio State University. And, just a bunch of scholarships. It's tied to this Epstein transhumanist efforts. There's also right here the brain code. Right here, you got that. The brain code. Epstein met with Noam Chomsky. But look, I have the thing.
Yeah, it's at the bottom right. Is it towards the bottom right?
You'll see
it's got a link under it.
The hand. Yeah, click on the link.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go.
Oh, you can read that. It says, go up. Duke of Marlborough, Jeffrey Epstein, and the Knights I can't read that one. It's Hospitaller,
Yeah.
aka the Knights of
Hospitaller.
Yeah. And the COVID-19 pandemic. Note that the Center for Disease Control and what are military organizations. health in the U.S. or military organizations.
St. John's.
It's all part of the COVID-19, Knights of Malta, CDC, Australian Center for Disease Control. Can you read any of that, or it's too small for me to see?
Yeah, you have Prince Richard, Duke of Gloucester, member of the British royal family. Prince Richard and his father. Okay. Yeah, I don't know where to start on this document here. And I can't see that. Hold on, there we go. So the Knights, the Order of Knights of the Hospital of St. John of Jerusalem. Let's see here. Commonly known as the Knights Hospitaller.
It was a medieval and early modern Catholic military order. It was founded in the Kingdom of Jerusalem in the 12th century and had headquarters there until, what year is that?
1291.
1291. Thereafter being based in the Colossi Castle
in Cyprus from 1302 to 1310. The island arose from 1310 to 1522. Malta, 1530 to 1798. St. Petersburg, 1789 or 99 to 1801. So,
these are all tied together.
Somewhere on
Oh,
okay.
Okay, so the organization became a military religious order in its own proper charter, charged with the care of defense of the Holy Land. Following the conquest of the Holy Land by Islamic forces, the Knights operated from Rhodes, over which they were sovereign, and later from Malta. Okay, so that just goes into.
All right, you don't have to.
These are all just connected.
Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and we can get a summary of this whole damn thing if you'd like, but it's. So let's put this over here. So that's the doctor, physician, Professor Mark Landon.
Yes.
All right. Play a clip of this right here.
As alternate executor, 124 documents connect them in the corpus. Epstein wasn't just socially connected to Gates. He was brokering confidential employment separations for Gates' closest science advisors. Nikolic is the bridge figure. Everything I've shown you so far is infrastructure, shell companies, wire transfers, meeting calendars, key cards, documents. But the files contain something else. This is a letter written by a victim addressed directly to Jeffrey Epstein. This is scary. Let me show you what this document is. Your body has never been given time to properly heal. Where is my baby? Where is Jelaine? I am not your personal incubator. She knew she was being used for reproduction, and she said it directly.
See right
But
here, they
that's
were
actually
having
just
an
the surface.
issue. I am not your personal incubator. You see the issues they're having with morality, and
Right, exactly.
they want to using other women as incubators.
I think that's the connection to what they were doing. Maybe zero ranch, possibly. Maybe
This is about to blow your
island.
mind.
Right.
So I'm sure you've been seeing the incubator stuff in the news recently. It's been covered, but they're not really explaining it. This is what they didn't tell you. This victim didn't write that letter in English. She wrote it in rail fence cipher. A rail fence cipher is a transposition code. You split your message across 2 rows, alternating letters. Top, bottom, top, bottom. To read it, you weave the rows back together. The actual page in the EFTA is not the journal. It's rows of letters that look like occult nonsense.
And then, there we go. So that's the incubator issues they were having, right? Trying to get women to carry the seed of these people or things being.
That's what you get once you decode it. It's training and operation. This reads like ritual abuse more than anything else. All the ciphers were decoded. One of them mentions the blood from supposedly Leon Black.
That's why not.
We've mentioned him several times. The other cipher is her guilt. She feels like a monster. She remembers the screams. But I was looking through the PDF and I found this page. It's like a bunch of stickers or cutouts. And there's one that says, "Protect the vanishing." And this victim wrote children. The vanishing children? What is she talking about? What's crazy is there's a whole nother PDF, and that too has a bunch of ciphers. Now let me show you really quick, because I can't explain it all, but you just need to see it. I'm sure most of you remember when this all came out, but here's the thing. We had zero context. Think about what I'm telling you right now, and how this all connects. Look at these ciphers. Look at her cutouts. This is no normal victim. She describes a forced medical procedure. Quote, "Close your eyes, close your eyes, close your eyes. Don't speak." She doesn't talk. A shot in rod-like instruments with a hook, consistent with a D&C procedure. Apparently the doctor was from Israel. Ghislaine Maxwell was present and directing. A decision was made, but I can't tell Jeffrey. Maxwell was making reproductive decisions Epstein didn't even know about. This victim was impregnated, carried to term, and her baby was born alive. She even names Jean-Luc Brunel directly. Quote, "Jean-Luc Brunel is a disgusting pig." She says she was sent back after 6 weeks. Quote, "Punishment for trying to run." Right there, that's the reason for the ciphers. And here's the line that ties everything together. The superior gene pool? Why me? Why my hair color and eye color? That feels very Nazi-like. She says the piano and music comments we made to convince her this is right and will create perfect offspring. At first I thought that sounded like hypnotism, but it seems like they were trying to teach her to play the instrument. Quote, "I miss the person I was before I was made into what feels as a human incubator." Okay, so this is a metaphor. She's
Right. So then we look at the superior gene pool. Why me? It makes no sense. So why the hair color, the eye color? Right.
seems to
Human
be
incubator.
describing a eugenics program, and we've been trained.
That feels very Nazi-like, but in thinking about these stupid, insane theories he has, I guess, in his mind, it makes sense. So the piano and music comments are made to convince me this is right and will create perfect offspring, he calls them.
Tracing this through the documents. George Church, Egg People, CRISPR, designer babies. And here's a girl saying they selected her for her hair color and eye color to create perfect offspring. She called it Nazi-like. And like I said, look at these stickers or cutouts and how the ciphers are under them. She's spelling it out for you. And look at this. "Help me, please. Can't anyone find me?" That's what the documents show. But let me tell you what I think it means. I saved this one for last because it connects everything. December 2nd, 2018. A Harvard lunch at Martin Novak's Institute. The guest, George Church, Harvard's top CRISPR pioneer, Seth Lloyd, MIT quantum computing, Martin Novak, and a woman. She had just flown in from Paris. She needed a US cell phone, and she wasn't American. Now look at this email. Epstein directing his staff on travel routes. Same as last time. Kyiv to Paris, Moscow to Paris, St. Petersburg to Paris, Odessa to Paris, all converging on his apartment at 22 Avenue, Foch in Paris. It would seem that apartment was the hub for the Eastern European trafficking pipeline. Women from Ukraine, Russia, Belarus routed through Paris. Same as last time means this was a reoccurring operation with established routes. So why was a woman from that pipeline at a Harvard genetics lunch with the world's leading CRISPR researcher? Everything that I've shown you so far has been the documents. I haven't made a single claim. I haven't accused anyone of anything. What follows is what I think this means. You can disagree, you can turn off the video, but if you made it this far, I think you need to hear this. When you lay out all these documents, 3 layers emerge. Layer 1, the personal predation. This is the story everyone already knows. The massages, the girls, the island. Epstein was a predator. That's the version that went to trial, and that's where most people stopped. Layer 2, blackmail. Cameras in every room, every bedroom, every bathroom, every property. When you have the most powerful people on earth walking through your doors, and you have footage of what they do behind the closed ones, you don't need money. You have leverage. That's the intelligence operation. Layer 3, the genetics pipeline. And this is what no one is talking about. It would seem that the trafficking wasn't just predation. It was a supply chain. The victims weren't just being exploited. They're being harvested, eggs extracted, menstrual cycles tracked, fertility clinics arranged, babies taken. And the victim literally wrote, "I'm not your personal incubator." She's describing her function in the operation. But there's one thing that everyone is
Right. Then we see eggs, the supply chain, eggs extracted, menstrual cycles tracked, fertility clinics arranged, babies taken. I am not your personal incubator. She wasn't using a metaphor.
missing.
Right.
Why Silicon Valley? Everyone keeps asking why Epstein was connected to tech billionaires. The answer isn't that they were donors. But what if their companies are the infrastructure? 23andMe, genetic profiles on millions of people. That's the training data.
There's your 23andMe. Connect.
Palantir, pattern recognition.
Right. 23andMe and Palantir.
But what if their companies are the infrastructure? 23andMe, genetic profiles on millions of people. That's the training data. Palantir, pattern recognition across massive data sets. That's the trait selection engine. Microsoft, cloud computing and AI processing power. That's the computational backbone for processing genomic data. George Church in CRISPR. That's the editing tool. Once the AI identifies what to change, Church's lab can change it. Oil money can write checks. Only Silicon Valley owns AI, big data, and genetic databases. They're not funding the operation. They are the operation. Now keep in mind, this is all theoretical. I'm interpreting public documents, but the infrastructure is real. The companies are real, and the connections between them are in the files. And if this theory is correct, it doesn't stop at production. These aren't just designer babies. It monitors the human. Palantir isn't just analyzing genetic data on the front end. It's a surveillance infrastructure that tracks populations on the back end. What am I saying? It would seem that these sickos are trying to design an engineered human race that's powered and monitored by AI. Design them, produce them, monitor them, control them, all in AI. That's why I call this video AI baby farms. It's not just baby farms. If you follow the documents to their logical conclusion, what you're looking at isn't just a trafficking operation. It's the blueprint for an AI-monitored, engineered population. Allegedly. And remember what I told you at the beginning of the video. Epstein told scientists he wanted to see the human race with his DNA. He wanted to impregnate 20 women at a time at his ranch in New Mexico. Everyone reported that like it was just fantasy, like it was some delusion of a narcissist. But look at what I just showed you. The shell companies, the fertility doctors, the egg harvesting, the CRISPR research, the AI funding. It seems like he was describing this operation. That is the full picture as I understand it, but that's just from 44,000 documents. Every EFTA number has been on your screen, so you can verify everything I've shown you. Now, the story doesn't end here. The documents speak for themselves, but if you want to understand why I called this video what I called it, Stay here for 5 more minutes, because none of this is new. This has been happening for almost 300 years. In 1739, the Foundling Hospital opened in London, and it was funded by royalty, supported by aristocrats. And if you look at the coat of arms, there's the Diana of Ephesus, the multi-breasted ancient fertility goddess. But if you look closely, those aren't breasts, they're eggs, right there on the official seal of a children's hospital. Why do you have occult symbolism on something that's supposed to be a charity? And what about in America? Well, there's a fraternal order that many have never heard of. They're called the Odd Fellows, similar to Freemasons, but with a completely different purpose. Funded by royalty, their symbols include the all-seeing eye, the fasces, skull and bones, and they were the ones that ran the orphanages in America in the 19th century. They ran the asylums. Their founder, Thomas Wildey, was himself an orphan. Orphans grooming the next generation of orphans. And they did all of this under the name of philanthropy. Now, if you follow the channel, you already know what I'm
And the sound went out.
So all this under philanthropy, right?
Right. There's tons of connections in the Epstein files. Talk about CRISPR, philanthropy, scientists, OBGYNs, a lot of talk about eggs. Now, it's all seems like coded though, so you take that as you want, but you take all these pieces together and you can pretty much figure it out.
about to show you. But for those who don't, there are thousands of postcards from the 1890s to the 1910s that nobody talks about. They show babies being grown in cabbage patches, babies being harvested from gardens, babies arriving on trains, babies being pulled from water with hooks and nets, and some that literally say in French, "Nous sommes vendus," we are for sale. These aren't art projects, these aren't cute jokes. There are thousands of these across Europe and America, and they depict a production line, a repopulation operation. The woman in the red is their handler. The men in the top hats pay for them. Familiar, right? This is the real history behind the Cabbage Patch Kids, and it's even in their lore. A story about babies being grown in a garden, delivered by a stork in uniform, while an evil witch tries to enslave them for labor. Nobody really ever questioned where that story came from. In 1881, a French doctor attached to a foundling hospital built the first baby incubator. He modeled it on a chicken hatchery. Within a decade, baby incubators filled with live premature infants were exhibited at world's fairs across Europe and America. The medical journal that covered it wrote, quote, "It is just as essential in raising men and women as it is raising any kind of stock," end quote. And in 1896, at the same Paris World Fair that showcased those incubators, the first narrative film ever made premiered, Le Fée aux Choux, The Fairy of the Cabbages, a woman pulling babies from a cabbage patch and handing them to couples who pay a farmer. The first movie ever made was about selling babies, and it was created to promote the incubators. Then came the trains. Between 1854 and 1929, over 200,000 children were loaded onto orphan trains and shipped from East Coast cities to the Midwest and West. 72% of them had at least one living parent. They weren't orphans, they were taken. Their names were changed, their records destroyed. They were displayed at train stations and then chosen by families. And then we're just told to forget everything about where they come from. So to put that together, foundling hospitals funded by elite with fertility goddesses on their seals, a secret fraternity running the orphanages, thousands of postcards advertising babies for sale, incubators modeled on chicken hatcheries at world fairs, the first movie ever made is about producing and selling babies, and 200,000 children were shipped across the continent with their identities erased. Now look at what I just showed you in these documents. Shell companies declaring DNA analysis, CRISPR gene editing, fertility doctors, egg harvesting, AI processing, forced pregnancies, babies taken, women trafficked through international pipelines and brought to genetics meetings, and $167 million routed through one man's shell company to a Rothschild bank, the same banking dynasty that's been at the center of European finance since the foundling hospitals were built. The same operation, different century. The only thing that changed is the technology. Okay, so I showed you what I found, but that was just from 44,000 documents in the database that I was using. There are 3.5 million pages in the full DOJ release. What I showed you today is just what one person found in 1 week. There's so much more, and there are a lot of open threads. Nobody on YouTube has gone through the documents like this. Tucker said that nobody's gone into the genetics methodically. I just did. And this is just the surface. Part 2 goes even deeper.
All right, so he's going back to what Tucker said right here, and I want to play that real quick. This is where we're at. So this comes from
Ian Curl on his show this week to go through the Epstein files. 2 hours. They covered the trafficking, they covered the intelligence connections, they covered the financial web, and then Tucker said something that stopped me.
I suspect that the DOJ was not very interested in making them very accessible, as noted by them not giving us zip downloads to even download them at this time. So trying to make them more accessible.
Can I suggest a thread, for a younger, more energetic man to follow up on?
Absolutely.
And that's Epstein's fixation on genetics and biotechnology. Ooh, yeah. And it's very clear to me, well, much is not clear to me at all, and I don't understand this category very well. I'm not a scientist, a geneticist, but I have noticed, not just with Epstein, but with a bunch of people in Epstein's orbit, there is a fixation on genetics and changing genetics and improving people and cloning and on really kind of tampering with the material of life in a way that someone who believed he was God would, or someone who's involved, in the supernatural would. I mean, there's really heavy stuff here. And that really, really matters. And I have not seen anybody go into that in a methodical way.
He's right. Nobody has. Until now. Here's a story
So Jeffrey Epstein hoped to see the human race.
His DNA. Right. So some of the scientists named in the Epstein documents, newly released files, and investigating reports show that Epstein maintained contact with a number of prominent scientists. These names appear in reporting on the unsealed documents as a broader scientific correspondence revealed. Scientists documented as corresponding with meeting Epstein, from Futurism and Nature reporting on the newly released files. So the connections to Epstein and scientists within the field is George Church, the one that was just mentioned in that video. Genetics, CRISPR, corresponded with Epstein's about genetics and futuristic biological ideas. Eric Lander, genomics, maintained contact with Epstein, part of Epstein's scientific network. Martin Nowak, evolutionary biology, hosted Epstein at Harvard's program for evolutionary dynamics. Seth Lloyd, MIT physicist, received funding from Epstein and communicated with him. Joseph Thackeray, MD, Harvard-affiliated genetic aging research, ran the Venus Project. Remember we went over the Venus Project the other day. A genetic life extension program. Epstein funded it. Mary Gell-Mann, physics, part of Epstein's scientific social circle. Stephen Hawking. Remember Stephen Hawking, the guy in the wheelchair that supposedly couldn't talk. Physics, attending Epstein's funded scientific gatherings. These names are confirmed in the reporting on the newly released files and on the broader scientific correspondence. Specific emails about CRISPR, what they're actually contain. The real emails described in the reporting include Epstein forwarded CRISPR and embryo editing articles. Epstein sent scientists articles about CRISPR-Cas9, human embryo editing, genetic engineering, transhumanism. These emails show how Epstein's interest in heritable genome editing. Epstein funded or discussed funding CRISPR-related research. According to fact-checking and documents analysis, Epstein provided private funding to research areas adjacent to CRISPR and embryo editing. He sought involvement in advanced gene editing and human embryo CRISPR discussions. Epstein paid for genetic testings related to life extension. Emails show he funded a private genetic program called the Venus Project, involving stem cell research, genetic testing, life extension experiments. This involved Dr. Joseph Thackeray, Thakuri. Tone and content of the CRISPR emails. The emails are described as speculative, philosophical, focus on improving human DNA, tied to Epstein's eugenics-like fantasies. The eggs mentioned exact meaning summarized by the document. The egg meeting Our Egg People meeting is a real event referenced in scientific reporting on the unsealed files. The meeting actually was Epstein hosted a dinner with fertility specialists, genetics, evolutionary biologists, transhumanism researchers. At the dinner, Epstein asked the following questions about egg harvesting, embryo selection, CRISPR, selective breeding, the future of engineered humans, whether he could impregnate multiple women at his New Mexico ranch, creating a super genetic line. This is documented in the reporting on the newly released files and interviews with scientists. Why it was called the egg meeting, scientists later described it this way because Epstein kept steering the conversation towards eggs, fertility, embryo manipulation, and genetic selection. It became shorthand among attendees for the Epstein's eugenic-focused obsessions. Okay, so that's it. Not.
The egg people. Right, so this is Epstein's AI baby forms for Mind Unveiled. You can go to the channel right here, check it out. Check
You
it
imagine,
out.
you guys, you go through all this trouble, like hundreds and maybe thousands, whatever amount of years, like all this trouble to get the perfect people, and then they all fall in love with guys like Al Bundy.
Right.
Can you? With Bud Bundy.
Hey, Al scored 33 touchdowns.
They all end up with Bud Bundy kids.
So here's a piece I was going to read.
I thought you were talking about Al Bundy from the Married with Children.
Oh no,
Yeah,
Ted
yeah,
Bundy.
that's what I
Ted
was
Bundy,
talking
right?
about. Yeah.
So the Centers of Disease Control. I just want to put this in the CDC for health. Or did you know they are military organizations? Okay, so David Resnick, professor of biology, University of California at Berkeley, those that control and maintain the HIV hypothesis of AIDS are two basic institutes for the Center of Disease Control, the CDC and the National Institutes of Health in Versada, Maryland. Both of these institutes will probably come as a surprise to the public to learn that they are military organizations. It was certainly a surprise to me to learn this. The leader of the National Institute of Health and CDCs have uniforms. They have military ranks, and as everybody who has ever been in the military knows, there's an information flow from the top to the bottom. Military structures are incompatible with free and open discourse and debate, which is supposed to be what science is about. When you have these military structures in the CDC and the National Institutes of Health, you can control the debate. You can control the information flow. Not only that, since the National Institute of Health are primary sources of funding for all academic, medical, scientific research, they can control who gets funding to do what research. And in that fashion, they can control what gets published and, more importantly, what gets exploited.
Out here it says the first gene edited babies are supposedly alive and well, says guy who edited them. But the disgraced CRISPR scientist admits his mistakes. I did it too damn quickly. February 7th, 2023, the article from Popular Mechanics. So he gene edited 3 babies in 2018 and 2019 and claims they are all doing well. So Januki was sent to prisons for 3 years in China for his unethical practices. The original goal was to edit genes to offer complete or partial HIV resistance, which may not have worked anyway. Why do they need them HIV resistant? What are they doing with these kids? That somebody's got AIDS or something? They may be doing. I don't.
They talk about some of the emails. I gotta go back a look just we kind of skipped over them, but they talk about that about AIDS and all different diseases. That's what the CRISPR is supposed to cut that out, right? And I don't know if anyone's heard of non-chalk. Noam Chomsky.
Noam Chomsky.
Yeah, he was real popular, especially in the college people. So on May 6, 2023, Harvard and MIT just can't leave the limelight of sexual predator Jeffrey Epstein and the pseudoscience let loose in 2020. Wall Street Journal published a report that claimed he had obtained Epstein's private calendar in the latest round of slow revelation as to who was involved with Jeffrey Epstein. Noam Chomsky, a mind behind a plethora of scripts, some making up a backdrop to the Q network. Q networks. Coming through the likes of Benjamin Bolfer, met with Epstein and other strange people. Chomsky, this is from the Bridge of Life in the Mix, info on child abuse. Chomsky, the academic, taught at Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, for many years, even decades, to which Jeffrey Epstein publicly donated some $850,000 between 2002 and 2017. The rumors mill was offered up as what tells of most MIT projects being in the way or another funded from a huge network that was once the child disgraced tycoon and mentor of Piers Morgan, Robert Maxwell, and that upon death of the Maxwell, who was a huge provider of funds and intelligence for the Mossad, allegedly, the entire network Maxwell administered passed over to Les Wexner, who then took Maxwell's daughter Ghislaine and Jeffrey Epstein to the front of the network from inside the United States. Okay, so you can look that up under Wikipedia under Les Wexner and Bath and Body Works.
Oh, great.
It is no secret that those in finance who would have an ear to the financial workings of Epstein himself claim he had nothing and that his portfolio was just a whisper with the accounts to show it. However, backing Epstein was a limited supply of whatever he was required to serve the blackmail and trafficking of people for those behind Wexner. When asked of his dealings with Epstein, Chomsky retorted, "First response is that is none of your business or anyone else's. Second is that I knew him and we met occasionally," and added that he had discussed politics and academics in this meeting with Epstein. Chomsky confirmed to the Harvard Crimson that he knew Epstein, writing in an email in the paper. "Like all of those in Cambridge who meet and knew him, we knew that he had been convicted and served his time, which means he reiterates society under prevailing norms." Chomsky also wrote, "I met all sorts of people, including major war criminals. I don't regret having met any of them." Epstein scheduled a flight with Chomsky and his wife for a dinner with director Woody Allen and his wife, Soon Yi Privin, who is also the adopted daughter of his ex-partner, Mia Farrow. So it would appear Chomsky's inner circle of acquaintance has all the weird and bizarre afforded to Hollywood. The WSJ report also included meetings had with Epstein, such as current CIA Director William Burns, Catherine Rumner, a top lawyer at Goldman Sachs, and a former White House counselor under President Barack Obama, former Israeli Prime Minister Ehud Barak, former Treasury Secretary of Harvard President Lawrence Summers, among others. And some of these documents, I'll post this on the chat. Some of these are from WikiLeaks about Chomsky and passionate about freedom of speech, exploring the truth. It has some of the documents and some of the articles from WikiLeaks. I'll share that in the chat right now.
Oh, you got the links?
Yeah.
At the bottom.
I'm going to share it in the chat. I'll post it on the thing too.
Right, so here's the scientist right here, one of them. So that we shared the articles out. We got the articles, there's the babies. There you go. L.G.B, lab-grown babies. LGBTQ.
Yeah, it's what did I say? It's called the Q network.
Yeah, LGBT test tube quantum lab-grown babies. LGBTQ community. Took on a whole new meaning.
So I mean, they said there was ties or Q to him. I'm not sure, but it sounded like that in this.
Oh, bless you. Looks like we're living in. Yeah, this is D class. Like little D class, Let you know what they've been doing for a while. It's been a few hundred years. It's nothing new, right? It's just kind of like going public with it now.
Yeah, it was called like I said, making up the backdrop to the Q network. I guess maybe they were dropping some stuff on the Q network. Is that what it was saying?
There's your another link right there. In that article. We got the Ecto Life video here. You can check it out. Humans are no longer born anymore. They're grown. Equals the Matrix. You seen that? The Matrix? Let me show that clip. Matrix where he's coming under there.
Where he's all plugged in.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah.
Nothing to see here. So.
Also, did you know Jeffrey had a girlfriend? From the UK.
Oh yeah. What was she of age?
Well, she was 22.
Oh.
Can we read it? This is from Dashar. It's an article from 2019. It's also from WikiLeaks. Shelley Lewis Wiki, Jeffrey Epstein's girlfriend. She was a British spiritual entrepreneur and other from Cheshire, United Kingdom. She's associated with the Chocolate Sauce Books Company, or organization prepares books for children based on the stories of wisdom and kindness. Lewis's first book, A Key to the Heart, received praise from the United States First Lady Laura Bush. Oh. So at age 22, she went to the United States. Reportedly, she had met with Jeffrey Epstein in 1999. She was with him until 2002. The two of them traveled together in 41 flights that flew from March 1999 to July 2002. Shelley started the Jeffrey Epstein VI Foundation in the year 2000. So she started it?
Yeah.
On the other hand, Ghislaine Maxwell accused to send the girls to Epstein. A court case filed against her on July 30th, 2020. A series of emails came out that showed the connection between Maxwell and Lewis in their wrongdoings. Ghislaine targeted the girls and then involved them in sex trafficking. Shelley deleted all the websites and social media accounts, but the links with Jeffrey came out in 2020. One of the Epstein's victims revealed that Mrs. Lewis has essential information with her that can help them get to the compensation. The victim urged her to share all the details with the FBI official. Earlier, Virginia Guffey revealed her identity as the sex slave of the businessman. Jeffrey, accused of the sexual harassment of the underage girls, he died in the jail cell after committing suicide on August 10, 2019. After his demise, the judge dismissed all the criminal cases against him. He was a spiritual entrepreneur. She was a Christian too. That's what it says. She was white, Caucasian, and religion Christian.
I'm going to say she's non-practicing.
Right. He had a journalism degree from Columbia High School. She wrote, that's a weird name for a children's book, Chocolate Sauce. She wrote books on 5 lessons I did not learn from breast cancer, ADHD, and autism, and Naked Republicans. Naked Republicans. And A Key to the Heart. Shelley Lewis was born in 1977, age 43, as in 2020. She has a daughter of wealthy executive Brian Lewis, who is the father. He retired from pawnbroking chain founder and Prince Trust mentor. However, she did not reveal her mother's name in the public domain. She shares a flat with her sister in West London. On the other hand, she graduated from the Columbia School of Journalism. Then she finished her MA degree at Glasgow University. Jeffrey Epstein established his close connections with Shelley in 1999. Both of them met during an event that happened in New York City. Lewis revealed as the secret girlfriend of Epstein. The news came from the source of Maxwell's lawyer in the last few days. Still, the 43-year-old did not speak about her link with Jeffrey, who died after committing suicide in August of 2019. Some sought a conversation between her and Ghislaine leaked out in the past. Apart from that, she married Dennis Cardone, artist, and settled with him in the U.S.
Somebody said it's the newest generation of the iPod
Yeah.
or iPad. All right, is your iPod?
He also he had a charity called Lumos, which was the ARK, A-R-K, Jeffrey Epstein Network.
And that's it. She got anything else? Maybe she does. Got time.
Jeffrey Epstein's ARK, Absolute Return for Kids, and J.K. Rowling's charitable Lumos, both with Hope and Homes for Children, both disinstitutionalized children. ARK implements Lumos program. Both employed shilling law firm to silence critics. Both connected to Bohemian Place, ARK Galas, attended by the Marlboroughs, Edward Alexandria, and James Spencer Churchill. J.K. Rowling, Harry Potter Tree, and Bellingham Palace. Open Homes Children, and Lumos' first reactions to the EO on the rights of the child. Open Homes Children, Zelensky's ambition to eliminate children facilities while he's president. These are just some articles.
So here it is, ectogenesis. Put that in the chat. That's another good search term.
Students, okay, here's one from 2014. The largest science fair in the U.S. Virginia Islands received a huge boost from Southern Trust Company, Inc., which is owned by renowned science and Harvard investor of local resident Jeffrey Epstein. The fair, called the St. Thomas St. John STEM Fair, was organized by the Virginia Islands Department of Education and brought together hundreds of grade school students from across the island. to showcase their science work for awards at the University of Virginia Island Sports and Fitness Center. STEM stands for Science, Math, Engineering, and Technology, and the Southern Trust Company under an umbrella of the Jeffrey Epstein VI Foundation, which supports youth organizations throughout the USVI, played a key role in sponsoring the event. Especially, the foundation supplied more than 100 Microsoft Surface 2 computers, 2 keyboards, and nylon sleeves for Microsoft Surface. Foundation also provided funds to host the STEM fair and accommodations funds for the winners and to attend the STEM summer camps. Then there's a thing on Jeffrey Epstein's mad scientist, Les Smolin, linked by the Australian government. Vaccine prioritization using Bluetooth exposure navigation apps. COVID-19 hotspots. So they were
Well, that's it. Here's another video on the ectogenics TED Talk. I'll share that out as well.
this is
But these innovations also demonstrate why partial ectogenesis is not a suitable replacement for the majority of abortions that occur, because these are done early in development using medication. As the models are currently saying, we would need major abdominal surgery to achieve this transfer. It would not be an ethical substitute for these medical abortions. And this would continue to be the case even if we developed a way to facilitate this process through the birth canal. Nevertheless, it would represent a much needed third option for people who are already pregnant, are opposed to abortion, but still want to terminate the pregnancy while retaining the ability to adopt out the resultant infant later.
Share that out. Here's the challenges.
Of the ex vivo uterine environment platform. And this is from the Women and Infants Research Foundation in Western Australia. Here we have a biobag system and a pump, which is providing all of the nutrients required. For these animal trials, we had lamb fetuses transplanted from an organic womb into the artificial womb to continue its development. One of the major challenges in converting this technology for use with human premature infants is developing a system to reliably transfer the fetus from the organic womb into our artificial womb without it attempting to breathe, because its lungs are not ready for that.
Wow.
So here we have some scientists working on exactly that issue. Again, this is Antiven University of Technology, and they're proposing a fluid-filled biobag that can be connected to a wound spreader used in a cesarean section. So we see here a premature fetus being transplanted across while remaining encased in fluid. But these innovations also demonstrate why partial ectogenesis is not a suitable replacement for the majority of abortions that occur, because these are done early in development using...
There we go. This little sample, right? The things they're doing in the background while we're all being distracted with like trying to make ends meet. It's so crazy. And that will conclude tonight's LGBTQ show, Lab Grown Babies, with technology, quantum computer, AI.
everything seems to be connected to him.
Food, yeah, oh yeah, Epstein. Everything's Epstein. Disney. Think about all those people, because they got to get the actors, the singers, the performers. They tweak it so they don't have to go look for somebody's kid, a needle in the haystack with all these talents. They just create it, bypass the whole damn um, process where people, you know, go in and try out for parts in the movies or whatever, and they try to find talent and all
It
that.
makes
Now they just,
it makes you wonder how these, some of these people speak 6, 7 different languages. You know, I think Melania can speak that many. So does Trump's grandkids, right? They knew Mandarin fluently,
what?
other languages. Makes you think, huh?
Things that make you
I
go,
mean, I remember Mike
what
say
the?
something like, "Those weren't his kids, right?"
Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
those aren't Trump's kids.
Yep. They're these kind of babies. I don't know. Just speculating.
For entertainment purposes only.
That's right.
That's all we got for tonight. I want to thank you for tuning in.
We'll bring some more of this tomorrow.
It's really big, so
It's
that's why this is probably like the second show we've done on this in the last 2 weeks. But it's a lot to put together. But it really opens up a whole other realm of possibilities and realities and things that have been taking place for hundreds of years now, if not thousands. So this isn't nothing new. It's just they've been doing it in the background for so long, and now they're trying to come out with it. But I think we're there now. So
or maybe this. I think this is just disclosure because there's no way this would all come out, right?
right.
I mean, I wouldn't think unless they just want us to know what they're planning to do and we're supposed to accept it. I don't know.
So
Hopefully, it's been taken care of.
yeah.
Huh?
So there's nothing saying that it's been stopped, but there's nothing saying that it's still, like that they're going forward or I mean everything's just so up in the air, so we just don't know.
Yeah, I'm nothing start. No, those websites with the studies and stuff, and those are all active. So
Well, it could just be AI do it. You just don't know. If there's real people behind whatever studies they're still doing.
Well, this is connected. Well, that's why he showed it that this is the technology they've had for.
yes, for decades.
That's how they do resets and repopulation, and it goes all the way back to 1800s
Yeah,
and even further. So yeah, as far as the articles are concerned, yeah, I mean,
there's tons of information on it. So I mean, um, and like he said, you can go back. They even go. There's something about Tesla and Cabbage Patch Kids too, being embryo connected to those, and then you can go back and like that guy that Mind Unveiled, he has all the old books. Actually, he has all the connections from the 1700s and before, when they talk about doing the same thing that like Epstein was doing.
well, that's what got the last people wiped out, right?
Yes.
All the shit that they were doing
Yeah. Yep.
with the floods and everything. When the flood came and wiped everybody out, according to reports, there
Right.
was a flood and there was definitely a fire.
And they said the same thing. They were doing the same thing during Tortilla.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, I don't think it's AI simply because there's too much evidence. Right. I
Yeah,
think it's
yeah, AI.
way too much evidence.
Well, they said they're using AI in the labs.
Right. But this also goes with like what Sabrina Wallace talks about, where they can control people
Yeah,
with the
they're just going to be like genetically modified humans.
right, exactly.
That's all.
And that
And
CRISPR,
just like the plants that are genetically modified, you can spray Roundup on them all you want, and they won't die.
that's right.
Guess who will die? Us, the ones that aren't genetically modified to withhold or withstand the spraying and shit like that. Think about that. They're replacing the crop,
Harvest.
so harvest. So those with weak ass immune systems ain't gonna make it. That's why I said take care of your immune system. Do not get no more of those injections, shit like that.
Right.
But they want to make humans that can withstand the shit that they're putting on humanity right now and still survive. Until probably there's nobody left
And according to Dr.
but them.
Tenpenny, they have the CRISPR in the Maximals.
Maxine Waters.
Yeah, I think that was what the test was.
Yeah, so that's why the seeds, the farmers and shit, they can only get certain seeds that are genetically modified seeds to put out there so they,
And what does genetic modified seeds do? They only last one time.
yeah,
They don't. You can't use it and regrow again.
right. So
Same
they're going
thing
to
with
keep
humans.
artificially injecting GMO slaves and
It sounds like the story about Inky and Inlo, right?
yeah,
Doesn't it? Where they do the
it's all the
same
way.
thing.
Yeah, you can. This is all biblical.
Yeah, goes all the way back from Genesis.
Genes of yeah.
Genes of Isis.
That's why they keep using the word.
Yes, and they did some modification then, and I guess they've done it several times.
Yes.
But now I don't know about if they were doing it like this, the little pod babies.
The little
I don't
iPods,
know. It
Apple
could have been.
iPods.
I mean, they say nothing's new under the sun, so.
Well, yeah, whether they do it in the pod incubators or if they did it with human females, just the female slaves that just keep having babies, 3 or 4 or 5, however many babies they have, right? Like that
Right.
one lady, she had 7 triplets.
Right. Yeah, she could have been a test.
Yeah,
Who knows?
one batch, 8 kids.
Kate plus 8.
How the hell you do that? I don't
Right.
even know. She don't even have her stomach can even hold that many.
Did you read that? Lab-grown babies could be reality by 2028. Yeah, lab-grown human babies.
Well, that guy is already the doctor. He's already did 3. He's already had 3 of them that he's monitoring, but they still locked him up for it. But he's still monitoring them. They're allegedly still healthy, or but he says that he shouldn't have created them that fast. He rushed it.
Right.
So there must have been some issues. But I'm just hoping they didn't produce too many Jeffrey Epstein doppelgangers.
Well, they said they started it back in the 80s, right? And so that would put, well, according to that one article, that there could be teenagers in up to age 30 right now.
So AI has been around for a while. Like they said, they started doing some of this stuff back in the 50s. So you have your MILBs or your what is it, deep underground military military labs.
Yeah, what are they do? Was it? And didn't Trump talk about disclosing that too? What if that is what they're doing there? What if they have all these different facilities doing these? I mean, they have to have facilities for these babies, right?
Yeah, it wouldn't be smart to just have them in one. It's too much of a chance of something happening to that one place.
Right.
I mean, think about it. It'd be also good for military if you're going to go do a special operation, and just like Avatar, the movie,
Right.
where they send the military in, the Avatar people, they go in and they wipe out those people, other people. So
I sent you something on that. You want to pull that?
so what they create is these people they can go into these to do things that Congress wouldn't normally approve. So in order to not lose somebody's actual kids, they may create these. They may create these beings, right, or whatever you want to call them. to do certain things, and then that's it. You just dispose of them. Like, you don't have to have a hearing on them or anything like that. You won't be called in front of Congress. What do they call those super soldier type things, right?
And that's a black project?
Yeah, probably. The lottery probably pays for a lot of stupid shit. You know, everybody plays the lottery. Where does that money go other than paying people off?
What if I told you Avatar wasn't just a movie, but a documentary, and wasn't about natives, but about something else? Listen to this, and we have a lot to discuss.
Avatar was not only a movie, it was a story about how they destroyed one of the biggest trees that belonged to this realm. And this is exactly why we see so many rocks that look like tree stumps. It's because they actually were. Look at this one from 1899. There are so many more that I can get you a picture of, but the point is that Avatar was not just a film, it was a story, and they throw it in our faces. And even in the Bible, Daniel, he talks about trees going up to the heavens, the firmament. If you really think these rocks were just rocks, you need to think again. Maybe this is another reason they don't allow us to explore the North Pole.
I'm just going to say it. If you have logic and common sense, you know that Devil's Tower is not the result of the random chance of magma hardening in perfect hexagonal structures. Devil's Tower was an ancient tree. Tabletop mountains are ancient tree stumps. What the Sam damn else have we been lied to about in this reality? And if they were giant trees, which they were, who cut them down? How did they get cut down so flatly? Did they use a steel chainsaw, diamond bladed? I mean, come on. The story I heard in the book of Enoch is that there were giants on earth. They were cannibalistic and evil. So God wanted to flood the earth, but he knew if he flooded the earth, the giants will just climb these giant trees and survive the flood. So he sent angels down to cut down the trees before he flooded the earth. It's either that, or we came from a giant explosion called the Big Bang, and random rocks formed perfect flat surfaces naturally from erosion. Which one's more of a stretch to you, do you think? Devil's Tower, come on, man. Evidence right in your face.
Well, that's all, folks.
That's it. We'll have some more on this tomorrow. I'm still going through a lot of the emails. That, like I said, a lot of them are vague, but you can find different things in there that you can go look up, and then you'll find you'll find things connecting, and then it all starts making sense. I mean, it's starting to make sense. It doesn't all make sense because we're just getting started in it.
Yeah, this totally all makes sense. All this shit.
There's just some crazy stuff, man.
Look at that.
Crazy stuff.
What in the hell is this? This looks like a lava lamp.
Right. So I think it's coming. The information is going to come from the people. I don't know if they'll ever release it, or we have to disclose it ourselves. Right. I think they're just giving me enough to look into.
Ectogenesis. There we go. All right. Y'all have a great rest of the night. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you. Love y'all. Good night.
Drifting toward a world described in the book 1984. I feel the pressure in the air. not powerless. Story isn't said, history repeats in itself. Yeah. When people just forget, but we got voices, we got choices. Truth we're standing for. We can break the cycle. We don't have to live in 1984. I feel the pressure in the air, but love is louder everywhere. If we unite, we can repair what they've been reaching for. Is this 1984? Or just a warning at the door? I see the sign, but I believe we can choose something more. If we stand up for each other, if we remember what we're fighting for, then this won't be 1984. Know your rights, hold your light. Truth grows stronger when we unite. Fear divides, but love restores. We can change the ending, we don't have to be 19.